Welcome back, guys. Welcome to a late preview of the World Cup qualifying game between the Amavubi of Rwanda and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Fifth qualifying game of the group, match day 5 of the World Cup qualifier. And the Super Eagles, of course, were in Group C and were 5th on the log, just above Zimbabwe. The Super Eagles haven't won a game in all their fixtures, drawn 3, lost 1, and the game against Rwanda is a must-win game. If they fail to win this game, it's going to look more and more difficult to move on to the next round or to automatically qualify. Benin are top of the group, Rwanda second group. Before we talk about the group standings, let's quickly look at this fixture and the history behind this fixture. Rwanda are 124th in the FIFA rankings, while the Super Eagles of Nigeria are 44th. The difference is massive. The quality of of both squad is very, very wide apart. The Super Eagles, who know lots of talent, back-to-back African Player of the Years in the squad, OSIMHEN, LOOKMAN, we've got Alex Iwobi, we've got Moses Simon in the midfield, great talents, ONYEDIKA, NDIDI in the defense, EKONG, BASSEY, balling the Premier League, AINA, third on the log in the Premier League. Lots of talent in the Super Eagles squad, no doubt, but how did they find themselves in this situation? Bottom of the World Cup, of their World Cup qualifying group, largely due to the previous coaches and how they played out their previous performance. And Eric Che has nothing to do with the situation of the Super Eagles at the moment, and he is looking to put the Super Eagles, back on track. And Rwanda, in the past fixtures, Rwanda's past 5 fixtures, Rwanda have won in all competitions. They've won 2 games, drawn 1, and lost 2. That's the AFCON qualifier and the World Cup qualifiers combined. Their last game was against Nigeria. Of course, they won that game 2-1. That was an AFCON qualifier in Uyo. The Super Eagles, on the other hand, their last 5 games in all competitions, both the AFCON qualifiers and the World Cup qualifiers, they've won 2 games. Their last win against Libya. That was a win given to them by CAF, 3-0. The punishment handed over to Libya for how the Super Eagles were treated out there in Libya, and their last real win was against Libya in Uyo, a 1-0 win. 1-0 win, the AFCON qualifier. And since then, the Super Eagles have struggled, drawn against Benin Republic, lost against Rwanda, and it hasn't been looking good for the Super Eagles at all. And head to head against Rwanda, these teams have met each other 5 times, and the Super Eagles have won just 1 time. Rwanda have won 1 and have drawn 3 games. And the Super Eagles, funny enough, the Super Eagles have never beaten this Rwandan side in Rwanda, and the Super Eagles will be looking to make amends and get their first ever win in Rwanda. No, let's take a look how the group stands. Yesterday, Benin Republic played against Zimbabwe, and it was a 2-2 draw, ended in draw, and Benin Republic are currently seated top of the group with 8 points. Rwanda second, 7 points. If Rwanda beats Nigeria, they'll go top of the group. Even with a point, if they get a draw is even enough for this Rwandan side. If they get a draw today, they go top of the group and they move on to their next game. The Super Eagles, on the other hand, 5th on the log, they need a win. If they get a win, after match day 5, they might possibly sit in 3rd or in 3rd. Yeah, they'll be sitting in 3rd position, and pending how the South African Lesotho game plays out. And their next game will be against Zimbabwe and in Uyo. And I think that's a pretty easy tie to get 3 points from. But no, the Super Eagles have put themselves in a very, very complicated situation. And no team in this group looks like an easy team anymore. And before the qualifier started, we saw Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and Benin Republic as the teams to get easy points from, but it doesn't look like that anymore. Benin Republic and Rwanda are looking like the teams to beat. Teams to beat. South Africa is also a team that Super Eagles always find difficult to get wins against. So this is how the team stands. I already talked about my most preferred lineup for this game. You can check that out in the previous video. A 4-2-3-1 formation. We all know Eric Chell, by the way he handled Mali in the last African Cup of Nations. He's a manager that loves to hold on to the ball, loves to play with the ball in the midfield, and we'll be seeing the Super Eagles doing a lot of holding on to the ball. Rwanda on the other side, they know their abilities and they'll be playing within their strengths. They love the last previous game they played against the Super Eagles. They had a very, very deep low block. They had a very deep low block and they handled the Super Eagles really, really well. The Super Eagles on the other hand will be looking to exploit these low blocks, and the only way the Super Eagles can exploit these low blocks is to take advantage of our wingers and cause an overload via the wings, and Moses Simon to the right, Lookman to the left. And in the comments I saw other persons stating that it's better for Moses to come on in the second half so he can run at Rwanda tired legs. And yeah, I buy that idea too. It's a good one, but Moses Simon, he's been informed. We don't need to wait later in the second half when we're struggling for goals and bringing some of one of our best wingers at the moment. He should start the game. We still got other players on the bench who can come in and cause more and more problems for the Rwanda side. In the midfield, of course, Onyedika, NDIDI. We could have Onyedika sit a bit deeper, then NDIDI and Iwobi do the runnings forward. But I'm skeptical. How are we going to break this Rwandan side from the middle? It's going to be very difficult. I'm only seeing possibilities via the wings, making those crosses for Victor OSIMHEN. And if the Rwandans sleep and come into the game, want to knock the ball around, we're always good at the counter. Run at them via counter and hopefully get some goals. It's going to be a keenly contested tie. Rwanda will be doing everything possible to stop the Super Eagles from playing, while the Super Eagles from scoring, while the Super Eagles will be trying their best to get on the score sheet. So guys, my prediction for this game is going to be 2-0 win for the Super Eagles. 2-0 win. I can't think anything apart from that. It's going to be a 2-0 win for the Super Eagles. One goal from Victor OSIMHEN and another from ADEMOLA LOOKMAN. I'd like to see your match predictions in the comment section. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to like and of course subscribe. Show us your support and help us reach 10,000 subscribers. I'll be here after the game to review and talk about everything that has happened all through the game. Hopefully it will be all smiles when we get back later in the day. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.